Hi, I'm Kai Cheng Thom, and you're watching Ask Kai, Quick Tips for the Apocalypse, a series of short videos in which I answer your questions about sex, feelings, trying to feel good at the end of the world. It's possible. You can do it. So today's question is kind of a two-parter. How do I know if I'm asexual? I still enjoy having sex with my long-term partner, whom I love, but I've never really felt attraction to others. I'm just not interested in doing it. So I love this question because I'm always really grateful for the opportunity to bring ace awareness into the queer community. What is asexuality? How can we be respectful of folks who are on the ace spectrum? And how can we understand ourselves as being on a spectrum of more or less erotically attracted to others? So let's just begin by saying, there's a lot of different definitions out there. There's not like an official way of understanding asexuality, but AVEN, which is one of the largest asexual support networks online, explains that asexuality is something of a spectrum, a lot like queerness itself. So ace people might not be interested in any kind of sexual activity at all. Some might be only interested in solo sexuality, and by that I mean like masturbation, maybe the use of pornography, other forms of self-pleasure. Some might be interested in sexuality as like an exploration or as a purely physical thing, but not really romantic at all. Aromantic is another term that's closely related, which means that we can feel sexual feelings, but maybe not romance. So all of this is possible under the asexual umbrella. So what it comes down to is really a matter of self-identification. Do you feel asexual? Is that an identity, a term, a label, a way of being that you want to claim for yourself? And is that a community that you'd like to maybe make contact with? And I would say, what's important is how is claiming that identity and maybe that community as well going to have a positive, hopefully positive, maybe negative too, impact in your life? What is it? What's that part of you that's saying, why do I need this identity to explain myself to others, to understand myself better, to have a deeper sense of alignment between my inner world and my outer world? Because ideally, that's what an identity category does. It allows us to feel a connection between our internal experience and the experience we present to others in the world, the way we're treated by people, all of that sort of thing. So long story short is, will identifying as asexual make you happy? And do you think that your own experience of sexuality qualifies you to use the term? Because really, it very much is up to you. So the second part of this question is, I enjoy having sex with my loving partner, but I've never really felt sexually attracted to anyone else. Can I still call myself asexual? And again, so we've just been over this, it's up to you, but maybe the worry is well, if you're having regular sex with a long-term partner, that disqualifies you in some way from describing yourself as asexual. Now, I can't speak for everyone in the ace community, but I would say, all the conversations I've had as a former counselor, all the reading I've done, just kind of informal research that I've done as a sex educator, what I've mostly heard people say and write is that many ace folks do engage in sex with long-term partners as a form of connection, as a way of giving a gift to their partners, because it's fun to do as a bonding activity, but not necessarily erotic in that sense. So I would say, if you're having sex with your long-term partner and you're enjoying it for any reason, then that's okay. You're allowed to. There's not an asexuality police. It's gonna swoop down and be like, you were lying to us. It's just really not gonna happen. So again, I would just say, when we are taking on an identity category and entering a community, we also probably want to be respectful, right? We don't want to speak for all others. You probably wouldn't want to go around saying, well, all asexual people are exactly like me. I'm sure you wouldn't. It's a matter of, am I taking away from this community or identity category by adding myself to it? And since so many people have already said that they're ace people who do enjoy sex sometimes or enjoy sex with one particular person, then my take on it is go ahead. So that's it for today, folks. You've been watching Ask Kai, Quick Tips for the Apocalypse. Thanks so much. See you next time. Stay safe, wash your hands, and if you're gonna have a baby, I guess I support you, but maybe don't have a gender reveal party where you explode something and then there's a fire and then all the forest fires burn down and then the entire continent is covered in ash. Maybe don't do that. Bye.